Hey guys, it's your favorite Unk here. Go ahead and click that subscribe button below so you don't miss a single episode of Nightcap. That button right here. Come for the sports, stay for the stories. The Magic will retire Shaq's number 32. There's no question he's the best player in Magic history. Followed closely behind Dwight. Oh, you think you get? Oh, you got Dwight
in Magic history?
Who you got?
I was only there 4 years. That's it. Right? Like, we're not talking about, Shaq's body of work. We're just saying Orlando, that's 4 years. I mean, yeah, you was breaking backboards and stuff, but, 3-time All-NBA Defensive Player of the Year. You got, rebounding champ, All-Star, 6 All-NBAs, and 6. Like, his resume is just bigger than Shaq's in that jersey.
Yeah,
impact. The better player, of course, talent-wise, Shaq, but in that jersey,
I can see
White.
Right. Shaq made a statement earlier when he Rookie of the Year, averaging 23.4 points, 14 rebounds in his first campaign as Rookie of the Year. He led the Magic to the NBA Finals in 1995 and posted 4 All-Star seasons. Okay, let me ask you this: where do you have Shaq in your all-time rankings?
I have him. I bounced from 4 to 5.
You got him that high?
Between him and Magic. Yeah. Because I seen him up close. You know what I mean? I seen him up close.
That's high, Gil.
I seen how he talked to the defense and what we had to do to try to stop him. Right. Mm-hmm. I have him 4 or 5. It's between him and Magic at the 4 or 5. But he's my number 1 draft pick. I'm drafting him number 1. He's my 4th or 5th, but if I got the first pick, I'm grabbing Shaq every time.
Wow, that's very interesting. Because the number 1 overall pick that gets voted all the time is LeBron.
No, I know who's gonna get voted number 1, but I know what happens when you have Shaquille O'Neal in the game, right?
Yes.
And you're gonna have to draft players. You're gonna have to Hey, you know how to play basketball? You know how to lift weights? Come on, they got to go to Gold's Gym for Shaq.
Yeah.
You ain't been. I got football. Who want to come? Come on, Shannon. Yeah. Can you run?
You got to go get a Myles Garrett. You got to go get some defensive line with some 6'5", 275s to deal with Shaq that's used to that physicality. Because there's not an NBA player that's ever been physical enough to deal with him one-on-one. No, that's why they created the hack of Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was just unstoppable. You got one, and he's gonna punish you on the block. He's gonna clear it out. He's gonna drop step, and he's gonna dunk it. He ain't laying nothing up. I don't know if I've ever seen Shaq lay the ball up.
No, and he ain't trying to. And what's so funny is I had Baron Davis on today, and he said the same thing that I was always alluding to. Because how physical Shaq was, he didn't block shots. But because he was so massive, and his defense was, I'm going to hit you so hard, you're not going to come in this lane no more, right. Which made everybody else look like they were great defensive players because he's back there. Like, so when I want to drive, it's like, oh, no, I don't want to get hit by that dude. Like, I'll be injured. Like, I'm you know what I mean? So that was his presence, too. The defensive presence of LeBron ain't driving. Dwayne, we ain't driving. Like, AI come in there, but, AI gonna get hit. We were scared to go in there and get hit by Shaq. We didn't want that first Shaq hit or that second Shaq hit.
Right.
Once Shaq got his 3rd, all right, if I can get the 4th on him,
yes,
at the half, cool. Other than that, hell no.
Yeah, you better not let him have 1 or 2 coming out the half.
Oh, no, yeah, because he gonna say, hey, let him come on here and drive. Right. I got something for him.
Right. Mm-mm. Yeah, but early in his career, Shaq was a shot blocker. I think he had average over 3.3 blocks a game.
Mm-hmm.
His rookie season.
Yeah, he was. When he was agile, but when he got to LA and he realized that I would not get dunked on if I give an example, and that's what that example was. I'm gonna go like this, and I'm gonna use my hip and hit you out the air.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't have him in my top 5. Before I give you my top 5, Giannis, guess what number Giannis is wearing in Milwaukee? 34. Uh-huh. Who wore 34 in Milwaukee? Ray Allen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody thought. Hello, if they thought Giannis was going to be this, they took him earlier.
Yes,
he was a skinny kid. What did he go like 13 or 14?
Yeah,
he was a skinny kid out of Greece.
Yeah,
and I mean, you don't know.
It's you. Okay, what you look for in our draft?
15. He was taking 15th, Gil.
Yeah, I think it was like right outside the lottery. What happens in the NBA when you have someone who's 18, 19, right? You're going off of the skill set, the potential, long arms, right?
Yes.
Agility, can they run up and down? And then you hope that they have the work ethic to want to get better.
Yes.
But for the most part, you're looking at measurements. And his measurements was like, okay, we can do something with this.
Yes.
And you know what? So, and that's, if they know, oh, this is going to be him and he's going to gain 30-something, 40-something pounds in the next 2 years and be an MVP, number one pick.
Yes.
But they're not looking at those men. They're looking at, okay, we can guide him and he looks like he can be 15, maybe one-time all-star. We can deal with that.
The mere fact that we have to debate Shaq being in the top 5 is a travesty because of his size, his athleticism. As he worked his tail, let's just say he had a third of the work ethic as Kobe or Jordan or LeBron. Shaq's supposed to have 35,000 points.
Yeah. If the refs called the game like they were supposed to, he would have had 35,000 points.
Right.
You know, it's one of those things, Unc, where in the NBA, the stronger players cry the most because the stronger players are getting hit the most.
Yes.
Right. And that's just how the game is. If Shaq is coming down there to post up and he's posted up on me, trust me, they're going to allow me to do whatever I can.
Yeah.
Yes. To try to get him out of this lane. So imagine what people were trying to do to get him off that spot.
Right.
2 hands, we sitting here doing this. Hey, push it. You got 6 hands in the back, and Shaq is just like, come on down here. Come on down here. And it was one of those things. So the fact that if they just called the game fair, which you can't, right? You can't. He will be the 35 free throws a game. Because you have to foul him. Or you get gone.
Yeah, I think the thing is that when you look at Shaq and you see the athleticism, I mean, he's a bigger, Shaq is more athletic. I'm talking about just athletic. I'm saying he don't have the touch to feel like a Joel Embiid. But as far as just running, drop step, Shaq had it all. People don't realize how big Shaq was and how athletic he was to get up and down the court. But he didn't take training serious. He didn't take his diet serious. Because had he taken that serious, maybe he could have warded off some of those injuries. Because that's a big man. That's a big man. That's a lot of weight that you're asking to get up and down the court, playing 35, 37 minutes a night at 335, 345 pounds. And you're asking him to play at least 70 games a season. That's asking an awful lot, Gil. And so had he taken care of himself, put the time in the condition, put the time in to eat right, even without because he missed a lot of games because of injuries. So even without the fouls, just being on the court, just think about he just being on the court, go give you 24, 25 a night.
What they know today, they didn't know then, right? It's like even today, you tell Giannis, hey, you need to work on your jump shot to extend your career, to make the game easier. It's an MVP and a champ, right?
Right.
We look stupid telling them that. Just like people will look stupid telling Shaq, who got MVP, Finals MVP, 3 rings, that, hey, man, you need to get in shape. He going to look at you for what?
Yeah. Because he was like, hey.
Right now, I'm the best player in the league. Right now.
You give me the guy that's eating salad, I'm going to bust his ass.
That's
how Shaq thought. But you're right, because it's hard to convince somebody when they've had success doing it their way to convince them to change it, Gil.
Yes.
Like, change what? I'm a 2-time league MVP. I'm a finals MVP. Shaq is like, bro, do you see how dominant I am? Yeah, but just think about how dominant you could have been.